Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? Okay, so Facebook was giving me all kinds of crazy messages, so I do apologize for being a little bit later than what I was showing. So, hey, let's take a few minutes to connect with God through mindful movement and prayer. So, I wanted to do a video today on movement, and you know, it is a tricky thing as a excuse me. It's a tricky thing as a Christian entrepreneur at times, because what ends up happening is you get referred to the yoga stuff. Well, if you are a Christian, you understand why yoga is a problem. So here we are. We are going to talk about movement, gentle stretching with prayer and reflection, creating movement and a moment of peace and connection with God. So I want to start with a short scripture, actually two short scriptures that are really important for us to acknowledge. So the first one I want to start with is 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 20. And that passage says, "Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and that you are not your own?" So we are not our own. We are his, okay? And verse 20 is, "For you have been bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body." And that is why it is extremely important for us to really pay attention to the things that we are subjecting ourselves to. And I just want to pull up another passage really quick. Let's see, I can't. I have something in my way. So we are going to Matthew 11, verses 28 to 30. And that passage says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest in your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Okay, so these are some really good things to reflect on as we go into this lesson. And, just for disclaimer purposes, I just want to introduce myself. I am Lisa Balthaser. I am a business growth catalyst by day. No, I actually am doing a lot of things in the wellness space right now, because it's something that I've researched a lot over the past 5 years or so. And I wanted to share some of the things and the principles that I have learned about health and wellness. I want to bring that to you. And I also want to bring to you a Christian perspective to some of the wellness things. I know some people are in a wellness field that are Christians, but others are not. So, I did not want to do yoga, because I will not do yoga. But I wanted to bring to you movement. So we're going to do some gentle stretches today. We're going to talk about that. And we are going to reflect on the word a little bit as we go. So here's some things. As an entrepreneur, I sit at a desk all day. And if you're an entrepreneur, you probably sit at a desk all day too, unless maybe you are in the health and wellness area. But if you're an entrepreneur, you probably sit at a desk. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you may work in an office and you are stuck at a desk all day. So we're going to go over some things today that you can do, simple things that you can do to get some movement into your day. As we age, I cannot stress enough how important it is to move your body every single day. Stay in motion. If you don't stay in motion, you will be out of motion pretty permanently. And you don't want that to happen. So as we age, it's really important to incorporate some of these things. And the things I'm going over today are very, very simple things that you can do when you're just sitting around. So the first thing that I want to do is to maybe do some neck rolls. So what and here's a verse that can go with that. You can recite something that from the Bible and reflect on it as you're doing these simple exercises, or you can take a moment and reflect on it first and then go into it. So here is the prayer reflection for the first thing we will be doing. Lord, release the tension in my neck and shoulders. Help me to carry my burdens to you. So as you are doing some of these, you can think about, like, do you feel tense? If you do, you want to ask the Lord to release some of the tension. So as you're doing these neck rolls, okay, as you're doing neck rolls, you can do slow neck rolls in each direction, and just repeat that. Lord, please release the tension in my neck and shoulders. Help me to carry my burdens to you. And as you do that, number one, you are releasing tension, okay, as you do that, okay? Number two, you are asking God to take the burdens, okay? He's already instructed us to hand the burdens to him, okay? So as you're doing this and you are releasing some of the tension for yourself, you're just asking for his assistance in doing that. So that could be something that you do. Lord, please release the tension in my neck and shoulders. Help me to carry my burdens to you. And as you're doing that, as you're doing that simple exercise, reflect on what you're actually saying. Okay. I know for myself, I'm in a program at my church, and one of the things that a lot of times as Christians we're not good at is handing it over to God and leaving it there. So I know for myself, I am really good for taking it back, handing it over to him, and then taking it back. So as you are doing this, you want to say it, you only need to say that just once, but then reflect on the words as you're doing the neck rolls, as you are moving your body, reflect on what that actually means. Okay. What that means, is to actually hand it over to him, release it from yourself, allow him to actually handle that for you. Okay. As humans, we tend to like to be in control of things, but life isn't always like that. And per the Bible, we are really not in control of most things. He is. So hand that over to him, release the tension as you're doing those neck rolls and rotations. Next thing I want to talk about, and you can do all of these things as you're sitting at your desk, like say, you should move at least once an hour. So you can do these things throughout the day. Okay. And this just keeps your body from being just, tense and, in one position. And now another thing that you want to go in each direction. So, you want to go this way, you want to go this way, and you also want to go from side to side. You don't want to put your head back. Sometimes I do stretch it forward to stretch my back muscles a little bit, but you don't want to do it backward because of the nerves in the spinal cord. So be careful about doing that. But when you rolling it's different. You're only going to go but so far, and then go the other direction. And I would repeat this 10 or 15 times each direction, and then maybe do 15 on each side. And it gives your neck a gentle stretch and allows you to stay in motion and not be stagnant in your seated position. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is a shoulder roll. Okay. A shoulder roll. Before we go into that, let's reflect on a Bible. Let's reflect on what we want to say to God as we are reflecting on his word. And that I read to you at the beginning. You're going to reflect on those verses. So here we're going to go into thank you for the strength you give me. Help me to use my strength to serve others. Okay. So sometimes as we go through life, we feel weak. We feel like we just don't have it in us to, like, sometimes even get through a day or get through an hour or get through a phone call, whatever it is. Okay. So this is something that you might want to reflect on and ask him for help with as you are going into something that you find stressful. Okay. So thank you for the strength that you give me. Help me to use my strength to serve others, because you always want to be, in that serve mode. So as you're doing the shoulder rolls, okay, and you want to do both directions, I would do 10, at least 10 in each direction. Okay. And you can do this like I said, I would suggest that you do this about once an hour. You take a minute and, do some exercises and keep your body in motion and reflect on the word while you are doing that. And, like I said, like I read at the beginning, 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20 and Matthew 11:28-30 are really good verses to reflect on about, handing it over to him, asking him for strength and that. Okay. Now, the next thing that next little exercise and stretch that I want to go over with you is shoulder blade squeeze. And for that, you're going to squeeze them together. And you're going to feel it, in your back. You're going to feel it in your back. And for this, reflect on, Lord, help me to be still and know that you are God. Sometimes, we like to take control of everything. And sometimes we don't hear his voice because we are not still. And I know for myself, I have experienced that. There have been times where I just want to do, or I just want to take things upon myself that are really out of my control and in his control. So sometimes we need to reflect on that to release some of the stress and tension in our lives and just hand it back over to him. Lord, help me to be still and know that you are God. It's simple. It's instructional. It is instruction in the Bible for this. He instructs us to do this, be still and know that I am God. That is it's a command that he gives us. So as we are, squeezing our shoulders together, reflect on how you can be still and just be in his presence and hand it over to him. Release the stress that you are feeling from your life, hand it over to him because he is in control. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do is I'm I'm going to be challenged to show you some of these on the screen, but some of these, if they're legs, some of them are, lower body related, and I am not in a position where I am able to get up and show you those, demonstrate those, but we're going to talk about them. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about are some arm stretches and reaching upward in praise. So for this, we might want to do some arm circles, and so we are going to do that. So something that you might reflect on in this part, because your arms are used to reach to God, they're used to worship. They're used to give it over to God. Those are the physical things that we do with our bodies as we are really meditating on the word and praising God. So arm stretches and reaching upward with praise is, just one thing that you can be reflecting on during this time. So some things that can help you a lot, especially, like I said, as you stay older, you want to do some things to actually keep you in motion. So one of the things, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but our arm circles. You can do forward arm circles. You can do backward arm circles. And you can do larger arm circles. Okay. Now, those are going to tone this part of your arm. Okay. And you can feel it, when you have your arms stretched out for any length of time and you're not used to doing that, you can definitely feel that stretch going on in your arms. So one thing I want you to think about as you're doing some of these arm exercises, here's the first one. Lord, I lift my hands in praise to you. Thank you for your blessings. So as you are doing the road, are going to be reflecting on the blessings that you have, and you lift your hands in praise to him. We're not going to lift our hands in praise as we're doing the exercises, but you can speak that out to him and praise him as you are doing these exercises and gentle movements to keep your body in motion. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is arms reaching overhead, stretching the sides of the body. So this would look like one at a time, and you're stretching this part here as you are praising God. I reach for your guidance and strength. Fill me with your spirit. So as you are reaching, imagine you are reaching for that guidance that he provides, and only he provides for you. Okay. So when you're reaching up there, you are reaching far for that guidance so that you know that you can be assured that you are on the right track. And that's something that you can think about as you're doing these. So you can actually use this time. Like I said, I would do this about once an hour. I would stretch. Maybe you want to pick like 2 or 3 of these to do once an hour and reflect on some of the things. So as you're reaching, think about reaching for him. Okay. Reaching for him. And you're going to stretch. Like I said, stretch this part of the arm here. Okay. You want to feel that stretch. Okay. So you're going to be thinking of reaching for guidance and strength and being filled with the Spirit. Okay. Now the next thing is, you can do, a lot of times I will do arm curls without weights. Okay. I do a lot of arm curls without weights, and I also do a lot of this type of motion. Okay. Which does exercise the arms. I actually do this You guys might laugh. I actually do this as I'm walking sometimes when I take my daily walks. I do like some arm movement to keep my arms in motion because my arms aren't getting exercise as I'm walking. So you might want to reflect, do some of that sort of activity, and then ask, you're as curious, help me to reach out to those in need, to be your hands and feet. So you are really asking him to help you to be like him as you're doing these exercises and reflecting on how can I be more like him? How can I've actually do them from the side too sometimes, but you know, you can do them like this. You can do them like this. Now, I don't generally use weights because I'm usually out walking. Okay. However, it is better if you do have weights or maybe a resistance band that you can use for these. And I do sometimes do them at home with a resistance band also. So if you have a resistance band, you may want to like keep it at your workspace and really give yourself a little bit of a workout throughout the day. These are not hard exercises, but they're just enough to keep your body in motion so that you don't become stiff, so that you can retain some of your muscle mass so that you don't lose it. Okay. And the prayer reflection will be something that can help you to stay in touch with who you are in the world. Okay. And that is super, super important. So the next thing, like I said, I'm going to try to demonstrate most of these for you, except for the leg things, because I'm not in a position to do that today. We're going to talk about it though. So the next thing that I want to talk about is a torso twist, a gentle torso twist. And this is, really rotating from side to side. Now, if you have, here's something that you may want to do. And this is what I just did as I did that. When I did that, I'm pulling gently on the arm of the chair, just pulling gently to stretch my back out a little bit. Okay. And so, you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to pull too hard, but you want to give it a gentle stretch so that you can remain flexible, like I said. So prayer reflection for that could be, Lord, center my heart and mind. Help me to find balance in my life. Don't we all need that? So here we are strengthening our core. Okay. So that's where this reflection comes from. So we are strengthening our core because when we strengthen our core, okay, it helps with our balance. Okay. So as you are doing that, just think of it, helping with your balance. And Lord, please help me to create balance in my life. Center my heart and mind on you. Help me to create balance in my life. Okay. So, and then we have a gentle side bend. Now, this is really you're leaning over, and this is what's stretching. Okay. You're leaning to one side and you're stretching the other side. Okay. And that it again, all you need to do do that is stand up and just really just lean to one side to stretch out the other side of your body. And I would, like I said, I would repeat these like 10 times, 15 times, whatever's comfortable for you. And you can up the repetitions as you are getting better at them and more familiar with them. At first, even 10, if you haven't exercised in a while, even 10 could actually feel like, oh goodness, what did I do to myself? Even though they are gentle. The idea is to be very gentle as you are doing these, reflect upon the word, but as you're doing those side bends, okay, reflect on, Lord, help to turn away distractions and focus on your will. So these are moments that you can take once an hour to reflect on the things that God tells us, okay, while you are getting a little bit of stretching and exercise into your day. Now, the next thing I'm not going to demonstrate because it would require me to stand up and and I'm not in a position to do that today. I don't have my computer set up that way, but you'll know what I'm talking about. So the next thing that I was going to talk about is stretching, standing and gently touching your toes. Now, for some of you, you may not be able to touch your toes. So go as far as you can and make a point to actually touch your toes at some point. Make a point to go further each time. Make a point to stretch a little bit more. It could take you a little while, but trust me when I tell you, if you keep doing it, you will get there. You want to be as flexible as you can as you're aging. It helps your body to function better, and it helps you to not get sick and not have as many falls and all of the things that happen when we age. And then when you are doing that, reflect upon your reflection prayer could be, Lord, align my body, mind, and spirit with your purpose. Okay. And the whole point of these is to kind of draw you closer to God. At the same time, get a little bit of motion in your day, get a little bit of a break about once an hour, and to actually have a positive effect on your life. And all of this will have a positive effect on your life if you do it and if you take it seriously. If you reflect upon his word and you're exercising, when you're doing a gentle neck roll and you're thinking about, wow, how has the Lord blessed me lately? Or how, what stress am I feeling? What am I really releasing to him as I'm doing this? And you're really thinking, wow, what stressors can I release to him as I'm doing this? You will learn some techniques that will actually help you to live a more sound and happy life while you are reflecting on the Lord's word. Okay. So I'm going to talk about some of the leg stretches and prayers that could potentially go with them. I don't have the, I'm not going to stand up and demonstrate these for you because, like I said, I'm not set up to do that today. But so one thing you may want to do is a hamstring stretch, one leg at a time, of course. And that's what, if you stand, you lift your leg and you kind of pull your foot up in the back. That'll stretch your hamstring. You don't want to do it too hard. You just want to do a gentle stretch. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want a hamstring injury. That is painful. So as you're doing these, some reflection prayers for this, Lord, strengthen my legs and help me to walk in your ways. Wow. What did I just say? Help me to strengthen my legs and to walk in your ways. So you're connecting those two things to him. Your legs allow you to walk in his ways or not. And it's up to you. We all have free choice. We all have free will. But when you pray and you put it out there, you are more likely to do it. So it's not only a command from him, but it is a reflection on your own life. So, and then you can do some gentle quad stretches, okay? Or maybe you want to do some squats. And again, the repetition is going to depend on how your body, how much you exercise already, how fit you are already. And for that, you can ask the Lord, give me endurance to persevere through challenges. Okay. So if you're feeling challenged today, maybe you want to get up and do a couple squats and really reflect on it and think about, hey, give me endurance to persevere. And as you do those squats, as you keep doing them, think about the endurance that you are building up in your body. You are building up endurance and you're asking God for it at the same time. I love connecting these two things, the connection with God and the exercise, because as you're doing them, you are asking him to help you with that thing. Okay. And the last thing that I want to do talk about is our calf stretches. Now, for this, what one way you can do this, and you may not have this ability at a workspace, but what I used to do, where I used to live when I was in Philadelphia, I had steps, and I used to stand on the bottom step and kind of flex my calf muscles. You lower your heel and then you lift up, lower your heel, to do calf exercises and calf stretches. And for that, you may want to say to the Lord, help me to stand firm in my faith. Stand firm in my faith as I am strengthening those calf muscles. Help me to stand firm in my faith. So these are just some of the ways. And now the last thing that I wanted to talk about, well, actually, it's not the last thing, it's the second last thing. Sorry, this is getting a little long, but I think it's really important that we do take time out to do these things. And I'm just giving you some suggestions and ways to actually bring your faith into it. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk about is maybe standing or seated deep breathing. Focus on deep, slow breaths. Reflect upon the word, and as you're breathing in, you may want to say, Lord, fill me with your peace that surpasses all understanding. So if you're going through a challenging time where you're feeling a lot of chaos and things like that, you can imagine breathing in his peace into your body, and being filled with the Spirit, and being filled with him being in you and giving you that peace that you so much need in the chaos of your life. Okay. You can also, as you're breathing out, say, help me to release anxiety and find comfort in your presence. So as you're breathing in, you are being filled with the peace that surpasses all understanding. And as you breathe out, you're releasing that anxiety and handing it over to him. And you're finding comfort in his presence. Okay. So, and then another thing that you can do is, and this is something that a lot of people do practice, is placing a hand over your heart. And just do gentle hand movements or anything like that. You can do wrist rotations. Now, some of you, like if you work at a desk, you may have carpal tunnel or something like that. So don't do anything that's going to hurt you. But you do want to stay flexible, and you do want to do what you can do. You can place a hand over your heart and ask him to grant you a moment of stillness and tranquility. Lord, please grant me a moment of stillness and tranquility. And then take that moment and reflect upon what you just asked him for. So, and then the other thing that you want to do throughout the day is you want to show gratitude and reflect upon his word. Okay. Show gratitude and reflect upon his word. So, any gentle movements with your hands, such as folding them in prayer. Maybe you want to stretch them out like this. Slow and deliberate movements, reflecting gratitude. Anything that you can do to move your body in any way, and reflect upon his word, reflect upon your relationship with him as you go through the day. Like take a break once an hour, just to take 1 minute or 2 minutes, however long you need to do this. And here's the thing, you can do some of these things as you're walking. So say you're at a desk and you get up to use the restroom. You can literally like do some of these things as you're going to the restroom, like as you're walking there. So I don't want you guys to think, hey, I don't have time for all this, Lisa. You do have time. It's a matter of priorities, and we all know that. So as you're doing gentle movements with any part of your body, reflect, Lord, I thank you for this time of movement and prayer. Reflect upon the movement that you do each hour, and be grateful that you can move your body. Thank you for the gift of my body and the opportunity to connect with you. So, your body is a gift. It is the temple, his temple. Okay. It is a gift, and you are here to take care of it while you are here on earth. So, thank him for it. Thank you for this body. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity to connect with you each and every day as I take a moment out of every hour to literally connect, and help me carry this sense of peace and gratitude throughout my day. And maybe you want to say, help me carry this sense of peace and gratitude to others. Okay. Because we are all here to serve. Okay. So that is our little, I don't usually do how-tos with movement or fitness and exercise. That is not my, that's not my wheelhouse. However, I do make a regular point to exercise. Okay. I am not a doctor. I am not a medical provider. I cannot, tell you how any of these things will help. But what I can tell you from my own personal experience is that when you move your body, when you meditate on God's word as you are doing these things and you show gratitude, your whole mental well-being is going to improve. Okay. And that's the whole point. Your tension will go down, your stress will go down, and your well-being will improve. And that is why we are talking about this today. There are ways to incorporate stretching and movement, that you can do it in a Christian way, and you can be in your faith and still show the gratitude and do the movement and exercise that a lot of the other programs will show you. So I want to close today in a prayer of gratitude. Lord, thank you for being present with us, and help us to live in your love and in your grace. Amen. I want to encourage you to implement some of this into your daily routine. And I want to remind you that God is always with you, even in moments of physical activity, even in moments of chaos, even in moments of stress. And it is up to you to take a moment to be present with him and to bring yourself into his peace and ask him for his peace. I cannot stress enough how important it is, because I have literally been in a chaotic and stressful situation in the past, and I prayed for his peace. I asked him for his peace every day for, oh gosh, probably about a month. And one day I woke up and I experienced peace without understanding. I should not have had that peace. And it is because of that I know that these little short prayers, along with the movement to keep you healthy and to keep you in motion. Okay, remember, God gave us these bodies to take care of. As you're taking care of that body, reflect upon his word. Ask him for what you need, if it's peace, if it's strength, okay? And also, don't forget to thank him for what he has given you, okay? Because it's really important for us to keep that prayer balanced, in showing gratitude and thanking him for what he has done, and also asking for what it is that you need. It doesn't mean that you'll get it right away. It never means that, because it's always in God's timing. But I promise you, when the right time is there that he sees, you will receive it. And that's what happened with me. It wasn't time for me to have that peace for a little while. But when I did get that peace, I knew without a doubt it was from him. Okay. So this is a way that you can bring a little bit of stretching and motion into your life, and get closer to God as you are doing it. So what I want to ask you guys to do, if you are seeing this video, please connect with me on my Facebook, My Healthy Body channel, and my YouTube account, my Lisa Balthaser YouTube account. I have 2 YouTube accounts. The one is for my business, Florida Lisa Solutions. The other one is Lisa Balthaser, and that is where I will be talking about health, wellness, well-being, nutrition, and I'm trying to keep everything on that channel faith-based also. So if that is you, please connect with me on my YouTube channel, Lisa Balthaser YouTube channel. And like I said, My Healthy Body Facebook page is the other place that I am talking about all of these things. That page, however, unfortunately, I need more subscribers on My Healthy Body Facebook page in order to go live on the page. I think I need to get up to 100, and I'm at about 77 right now. So if you guys would do me a favor and hit the like button on that page, I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. I just started this channel, so it is pretty new, but I really want to bring you some positive things, things that have worked for me. I've had a lot of things that have changed in my life over the years, and they've all been positive, and I want to share some of that with you. I also want to share with you some of the products and services that I personally use. I have one of the things here that I use just about daily, and they're wellness bands. Okay. And these wellness bands, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is and this is a Christian entrepreneur. They created these, and this is using science-based technology, these things to actually help your body do what it's supposed to do a little bit better and protect you from some of the things that are out there in the world. And, also, there are ENF Protection, stickers and things like that, and that's actually why I got into that in the first place. And if you guys know anything about what's going on in the environment and the world, all those cell phone towers everywhere, the so-called 5G that never really got into use. I mean, they say you have 5G, but is your internet faster? I know mine's not. So, but that 5G has dangerous radiation, and these will help. Okay, these help with that. There's also stickers for the back of your phone, and unfortunately, I have a cover on my phone, but I do have one of them here, and there's also ones for the computer and all of your household appliances, since they are all connected to the internet these days. All of that is radiation that is circling around you at all times, and it affects your body. So that is something that I am helping people with, but it really is that overall wellness, that overall well-being, mental health, all the things that are going on in the world right now, we are talking about on this channel as far as it relates to health, mental health, nutrition. What about the food? I mean, y'all know the food is just a disaster these days, especially in the States. So that's why I created this channel, and I hope you guys will do me a favor and hit the follow button on or actually not the follow button, the like button on My Healthy Body Facebook page, and the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, Lisa Balthaser. I will put the links below the video. I'm not able to broadcast on My Healthy Body Facebook page because I do need more likes on the page before Facebook will allow me to. I think I need at least 100. So I would appreciate greatly if you guys would follow me there. Anyway, guys, that is what I have for you today. I'll drop all the links below when I get off of here. You guys have a fantastic day.